Welcome back, everyone, to our King's Household playthrough on Master of Command. Last time we left off, we thought that was going to be the finale. We ended up having a few more battles, which is excellent, and finding this encampment army before the second headquarters comes after us. They are on their way here. We are going to be doing battle with this army. Without further ado, let's crush them. Show them the error of their ways, namely, in this particular case, being British and not French. So, hopefully the battlefield is fairly good. Okay, not too bad. Not too bad. We are going to put cavalry on this left flank. Excellent. Artillery is going to go for this hill. Awesome. And we're going to set up the infantry so they can get where they need to be quickly. Grenadiers as well. And the general. Alright. Deploying. Set this thing up. Let's see. It's not terrible, but I want to do a little bit better at it. That's a lot better. Okay. And general behind. So he can respond wherever I wish for him to do so. They'll move up. Grenadiers will move up. And the cavalry will move over here to the west flank. Let's see what they got. Alright, nothing too crazy. Those grenadiers are very tough. Alright, let's see what kind of artillery they have. Ooh. Ooh, that's dangerous. Oof. Okay. These guys actually have some pretty good stuff. Not as much for their line, but their artillery and their grenadiers are outfitted very well. So that's great news. I don't want them to get those buildings over here for cover. That would be unfortunate. It'd be nice, in fact, if we could get these buildings here. That'd be ideal. I'm going to start to spread out the grenadiers just so they don't get annihilated by artillery. Concerned they're about to hit our columns as well. Unfortunately, if I want the buildings, I'm not sure that I'm going to be able to avoid that. We'll see how it goes. Ouch. Alright, well, we'll see what we can do. We're definitely going to need the grenadiers to pressure that right flank of ours very effectively. Yes, indeed. We'll have them at the ready and them at the ready. We'll have the Irish here and the guard, French guard on the left. Okay. That looks good. The artillery is in position. general is up here. Let's get him closer to the front. Cavalry is at the ready. We're going to need them to shift around. I need them to deal with those guns as quickly as possible. Preferably. Oh man, those volleys are excellent. Talk about dangerous. Moving the cavalry up. I know they're going to have some bracing, but we got to deal with them fairly quickly. Don't want to offer their cavalry a good target. Alright, let's set up like so. That should be good. Alright, check the line. Line's doing well for the time being. Getting outranged there. We'll deal with that in a moment. Let's shift the left flank here since the cavalry is doing an excellent job there, watching their flank. See if we can intercept them a little bit before they totally flank us. Not too bad. Alright, shift the line. We gotta get ready for the grenadiers over here now. I'm gonna shift the line a little bit more. Just to be sure that all of our guys can shoot the enemy. Because at the moment, several of them are unable to effectively return fire. That's not something I want. So we're going to move the line up as we move the grenadiers up. Excellent. Charge with them. Alright. Deal with them, Irish. I don't... you see those men? I don't want to. Alright. Excellent. Excellent work. Alright. Awesome. Okay, the line is shifted. That's good. We're going to shift it even further, however. And then after the initial push with our grenadiers, we'll pull some of them back. Excellent. Get in there, Irish. What are you doing? Don't stop. Excellent. We got the intercept. That's good. We are taking it slower. I know I really want those guns, but I do not want to lose anybody. Go help the Irish. Get the general up here too, just to be sure that the line holds the way I want it to. Excellent. Excellent. How's the Grenadiers doing? Alright. They're doing great, but they're hurt. Let's get them back behind the line as quickly as possible. Alright, our Dragoons took some serious damage. Alright, those guns are opening up on us. That's really bad. Grenadiers getting behind the lines. They mostly have artillery left. I'm going to retreat the Dragoons. I don't want them getting totally wrecked. Ooh, side canister. That's not good. Focus, boys. I need you to take them out. Grenadiers left, and this is it. Excellent. That last sweeping charge by the cavalry slaughtered so many of their troops. Grenadiers did excellent on the right flank. Our line infantry, man, sometimes they get outranged, but once they get in range with those carbines, they just destroy the enemy ranks. Just utterly destroy them. It's a beautiful thing to see. Alright. I think we're good on ammo and everything. Let's do recovery, replenishment, just because it'll speed that along, shall we say. Ah, infantry move speed. We can do that. That's funny. Second time we've gotten that. And what do you know? They're proper veteran Grenadiers now. I think that means that all of them have been ranked up now. That's excellent. Truly. Let's see. Did I remember to change the names, or there's some I have to adjust again? Yeah, I gotta do the Shibboleth. Yeah, alright. Excellent. I definitely try to make sure I save these properly, because in future campaigns we can go ahead and utilize them, which does save me a good deal of work outside the game. I think we're good on equipment. We have so much equipment now, it's not even funny. We don't even know what to do with it all. That's not great. Here, okay, so that could work for some of the artillery. We already have good stuff, though. Yeah, let's check carbines. I mean, new stats don't excite me very much, if I'm being honest. Not too exciting. More new stats. I say that, and most of the cavalry have new stat carbines. New stats. Nope. Alright. Cool. Looks good. We're going to hit up this slums. See what we got. Desperate families. Okay, we'll give them provisions. Let's see, that reduces our replenishment. Yeah, that's not... Well, I don't know. Let's head down here, see if we can get these slums too. Impoverished locals. All villages revealed. All encounters revealed. Alright, not like we need the money at the moment. Let's see what we missed. Okay. Alright, that's quite a few things over here in the corner of this side. We mostly focused on burning things instead of getting these encounters for Act 3. There's a lot on this map. Wow. Okay. That's good stuff. Drill. Won't drill very long, but help the replenishment to a degree. Alright, guys. This is the final battle. Here they are. Let's see what they've got. 3 field artillery, Hessian veteran musketeers, 3 Hanoverian cavalry. Let's see, that's 6 Hanoverian grenadiers, the Hanoverian foot guards, the Royal Horse Guards, the British Dragoon Guards, Highland Grenadiers, British Grenadiers. Let's see, 5 Hanoverian veteran foot. All right, they are a melee heavy army for sure. They have a ton of grenadiers, and they have some excellent cavalry as well. Here it is, final battle. Let's see what happens. All right, not a bad battlefield to have. Not a bad one at all. All right, let's set up our infantry here. Grenadiers behind them. Same story, same thing. We got a system going, best not to change it now that we have things working well. Alright, get the artillery to the hill. That'll work brilliantly. Put the general on the hill for now. Alright, let's see. We need 1, 2, 3, 4. We need some sort of presence on the hill. Let's see. I think we want the Marines on the hill. Okay. And we'll put battalions next to them. And the Swiss will guard the left flank. Alright, that sounds good to me. Alright, that looks excellent. Alright. We'll see how this goes. This could be very difficult, potentially. Let's check their equipment real quick so we know them a little bit better. Alright, they do have excellent earthworks. That could be a problem. Stats are overall pretty good. Alright. As always, the Brits are very, very accurate. Okay. Standard British fare for the most part. Alright, those Hanoverian Grenadiers are tough. Hanoverian Cavalry is pretty tough. Alright, they have some more earthworks there. Bronze cannon. What is with all the Russian guns they got, man? That's devastating. Brits have a lot of Russian guns. Okay. Dragoon Guards are tough. Hanoverian Grenadiers are tough. Royal Horse Guards are tough, of course. More earthworks. I do like to see that, actually. I like seeing more earthworks for... Like, look at that. Excellent Chevaux de Frise. That's awesome. Alright. They got a pretty strong army here. I'm very glad to see them with more earthworks. Like I said, I had noticed the AI didn't utilize earthworks a whole lot previously. Unfortunately, which is actually a little disappointing. I like that they utilize earthworks. I do. I like that. Okay, I guess they didn't get the order to move up ahead. That's kind of interesting. That's alright. It's not great, but it's alright. Artillery is almost in position. Cavalry is nearly ready. Alright. And I nearly forgot, I do want... Make sure we're upright on this hill a little bit better. We do want the Grenadiers spread out, unfortunately, because of the potential for enemy artillery, which is not something we envy having a problem with. That should work out. Alright. The good news is these grenadiers are super fast, so they get up here quick. Of course, we've upgraded the speed of our infantry multiple times as well, so that's very useful. Okay, what are you targeting? Let's see here. What should we target? Which one of these is tougher? Yeah, let's do these guys. Alright. Excellent. Let's see. Yeah, I think the cavalry can defeat them. Of course, they concern me the most. That 35 charge resist is no joke. No joke at all. Their artillery's opening up on us. We're going to adjust the target for our artillery. Yeah, there we go. That looks like the target. Wow, they are trying to set up for our cavalry, aren't they? Very interesting. I am somewhat concerned about the left flank, however. We'll see. If our cavalry can break the British here, hopefully it won't be like the Battle of Minden. We just got the text about in the loading screen where they saw off the French cavalry. Yeah, let's not have that problem, shall we? Let's not. Okay, the British Grenadiers are shooting at our Marines unimpeded. That is not pleasing to me. We are going to do something about that. Excellent. Alright. Let's see, they do have the Royal Horse Guards and the British Dragoon Guards over here as well. Alright. Talk about the potential to be a tough fight. I may need to pull them back so that we can form a little bit more of a line here to prevent being flanked. I simply can't allow them to flank us at the moment. Alright, how soon will they be in range for our cavalry? I think now would be the time to just attack with the cavalry, because their bracing is at 0. And if I charge willy-nilly, they may get bracing for several units, and the Dragoon Guards can attack us. So let's just head on in. It's risky, but if we choose the right targets... Ah, and I forgot something. Melee. Yes, thank you. Alright, they are opening fire on us. Charging their infantry on the right. And the Royal Horse Guards have been goaded into an attack that they probably shouldn't be doing. These Grenadiers, though, have had an opportunity to shore up against our cavalry attacks. It's not great. Alright, we're going to pull back. What are you doing? Why'd you stop? Don't stop. We need to break through them. Okay, let's see here. What's going up? We're being charged. Let's go ahead and deal with that. Let's see. How are we doing over here? Need to fold the line a little bit better here, shall we? focus on them. That's good. Okay. We're going to adjust the Marines here because they're again not firing. They did run off some troops, but they're not firing at the moment, which is a problem. British Grenadiers, we did cause a breakthrough over here. That's good. We're going to keep this section of cavalry here, our heavy cavalry, there to protect the line. We need the Grenadiers to get back as soon as possible. Get back, boys. Come on. Alright, let's focus on this veteran foot right there. Excellent. Keep moving. Keep moving. We gotta have you take care of the guns. We're gonna do our best not to let the Marines get flanked. Where's the, yeah, that's the very dangerous one. Alright, set yourselves up here to help take care of the cavalry. We're going to wait to see which unit they charge or attempt to charge to determine how we're going to respond to it. Alright. Alright, excellent. Alright, that went well. Fall back, fall back. I don't want you tiring yourselves out, though. Let's not do that. Though, let's not get shot willy-nilly either, shall we? How we doing? How we doing? We intercepted them. Alright, good. I want to move on the guns, but before we do that, we got to take out this infantry here and have a united front with our cavalry. Check the line. How we doing? How we doing? Alright, not too bad. Taking some casualties. The Grenadiers here, the Irish, are getting hurt very bad. They're doing a great job holding that flank, though. Uh-oh. Enemy cavalry coming in. Let's cause a breakthrough, boys. Come on. Get over here. That's not good. That's very, very not good. Charge them. Intercept them. Come on. Let's go. Let's go. Excellent. Good work. Saved your fellows. Let's roll up the line here. Somewhat. Alright, Irish, I know you're in trouble. I know. We'll get somebody there here shortly. Alright, that part of the line has been rolled. Some of our heavy cavalry has been mauled. I don't want the heavy cavalry going after the guns, particularly if we can help it. Alright. Alright, General, get over there to the Irish. We need them to hold for the moment. We need them to hold. They're doing good. They have to hold just a little while longer. Get all the artillery support. Ooh, that's not good. Alright. Give them the bayonet. We're going to send these two over here as quickly as possible. Grenadiers can take care of the rest. I need the light cavalry to double time it to the guns. I don't want the heavy cavalry taking the brunt of that if we can help it at all. Alright, General. Hold the line with them. No, let's not charge that unit, shall we? Alright. Let's see. Okay, who are they attacking? I don't want you in the fight. I don't want you in the fight. I don't want you in the fight. You can fight it out. You can fight it out. And these guys can fight it out. I don't want you involved. You're hurt too bad. Alright, let's do this. Charge. Alright, Swiss, reform the line. Get it. Alright, good. There we go. Good work, cavalry. Crush those veteran foot. I don't want to see them there anymore. Alright, Irish, you've done your jobs well. Get the frick back. Get back over here. There we are. Alright, Swiss, move up a little bit. Get a better volley on them. Here we go. The guns are still firing. Switch targets. How about we spread out, cavalry? I don't really like you being like that. I know the enemy guns are taken care of, but I still don't want you making yourselves into opportune targets, preferably. Alright, come on. Form up, form up. Excellent. Decimated those guys. Grenadier charge, and this is the battle. Awesome. That was it. We won. We nearly got outflanked, and that pressure on the left wing was bad. The Irish held just long enough for us to get reinforcements over to that flank and give the cavalry time to sweep the right flank. That was excellent. That was an awesome battle. 156 for those guns, only 60 here, 102, 114 for the Hessian veteran musketeers, 109 and 101 respectively for the Hanoverians, 184 for the Grenadiers, Hanoverian Grenadiers, veteran foot 171, 170 for these Hanoverian Grenadiers, 113 for their fellows, 165 for the Royal Horse Guards, 128 British Dragoon Guards, 174 Highland Grenadiers, and 259 for the British Grenadiers. Adds up to a surmised total of 2559 lost, but we killed 14,646. That is phenomenal. Regiment Royal Nassau Hussards, 776. Dragons de la Garde du Corps du Roi, 696. And then the Gendarme, 1711. 1,100 kills for the Chevaux de Guerre. That's fantastic. All of the heavy cavalry got 500 plus kills. I apologize. I should say Royal Cavalry. Technically, the French call their heavy cavalry light cavalry, and they call their royal or like super heavy cavalry royals. So, Irish only got 253, but they took the brunt of the damage for our army. The Swedes didn't do much. That's not a fault of theirs. They simply did not get the opportunity to engage with the enemy very much. They did get hammered by artillery, though. But our Grenadier de la Garde Royale Française, yeah, they got a lot of action, 1317. That's awesome. Our artillery, the 5th Regiment of Royal Artillery, 845 kills. That's phenomenal. Excellent work. Royal Scots, over 1,000 kills. That was just excellent. That was absolutely fantastic. quite a bit of experience to go around. Not that it matters now. We are out of ammo, which is funny. If we went ahead and did an endless campaign, we'd be starting a little shy on the ammo with plenty of material here, though. I mean, bayonets, we definitely could swap some of that out. But yeah, that's excellent. All right. There it is. Victory with the king's household. Victorious. Glory to the kingdom of France. The war concluded in southern England, where the British crown in Hanover was cast down in the decisive struggle in the Battle of Chertsey. That's awesome. In southern England. That is absolutely hilarious. So we'll go ahead and end the campaign. Campaign days survived 485. Money earned 65,795. 5 modifiers, as per the usual. Total casualties inflicted 229,631. Total casualties suffered 47,945. We fought 37 battles, won 37 battles, lost 0 battles. Biggest battle, of course, was the final battle, Chertsey, 14,593. Most men in a battle, 40,472. Our total campaign score, 598, 492. Regiments. Most valued was, of course, the 5th Royal Artillery, 2690. Highest amount of kills was, of course, our premier Royal Cavalry. Yeah, they're the ones we started with, actually. Excellent. All right. And the Swiss had the highest losses, 4969. Good lads. Regiment des Gardes Français, highest morale, 89. That is very impressive for French morale. The Dragoons had the 69, highest accuracy. Highest accuracy, 69, is pretty bad. Our army was not known for its accuracy. However, fast reload, the 5th Regiment of Artillery was at 90. Wow, they fired fast. The Irish had the highest charge, 172. And then highest melee, of course, to nobody's surprise, was Royal Cavalry. Officers. So battles won, of course, is going to go to De Contad. He was there from the start. 37 battles won. His troops killed 78,550 and lost 12,460. All right. Next, the Montmorency, Luxembourg. 30 battles won. 31,473 kills and only 695 losses. L'Atelier, 43,186 kills, 13,288 losses. And, of course, 30 battles won for him as well. De Rohan had 27 battles won, 37,718 kills, and 8,675 deaths. And De Conde had 35,864. I just destroyed his name. That's all right. And 11,138 losses for 24 battles won. That's awesome. I like that a lot. That was a great campaign. Thank you all for joining me. I will be starting a new campaign probably tomorrow. It's either going to be Austrians or Prussians. I still haven't decided. I'm going to have to decide that tonight when I do recording. Both of them are very promising, and I have ideas, especially with our new carbine strategy for either army. So I suppose y'all will see tomorrow. But again, thank you for joining me. That was an awesome playthrough. God bless.